What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to the vlog of the week. Is that what we're going to call it? Vlog of the week? I don't know. I really wanted to have a guest on this week, but I didn't organise it. I'm not going to lie to you. I woke up this morning, I was like, right, what video, like, what, you know, when I'm waking up, I'm like, well, you don't know when I'm waking up, but when I'm waking up, I lay in bed and I think, right, what am I going to, you know, what's the plan for today? What am I going to do for today? I'm like, okay, so I've got to do this for that, this for that. And then I was like, okay, so we've got to do the video, the vlog video. And I was like, who should I get on for a guest? And I was like, damn, man, I'm going to have to, like, I woke up late, which we'll get to in a second, but I was like, I'd have to get a guest, topics, get them to record, make sure they've got time to fit me in. And it just wasn't, I'm just bad. I'm a bad YouTuber. And that's not me like I'm a bad YouTuber. Oh no, NepentheZ, you're the best. I'm not doing that. I have so many things I wish to do that I can't do because of pretty much procrastination most of the time. But what I want to talk about today, guys, first and foremost, we hit 250,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough. Right now, as of recording this video, let me go on to Social Blade. Right now, as of recording this video, we are on 251,149 subscribers. Now, that is an achievement, and it's not an achievement. And I'll tell you for why. First and foremost, it is an achievement because 250,000 subscribers is an absolutely insane number of people. If you think about 251,000 people, that is a lot of people. Imagine all of them in my room right now. They wouldn't fit. Imagine them in the biggest stadium in the world. They wouldn't fit. Like, it is a genuine community of people. And for that, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I understand that that is a huge achievement. The reason why for this channel and for me, it's not, like, the reason why I didn't really tweet about it or anything like that is because I know that this is people from my main channel, right? I pimped this channel out. It's still me. It's still FIFA. This is like an extension of the main channel. So when I see 250,000 people here, don't get me wrong, very grateful. But I understand that it is a lot of people that are just here because of my main channel. You know, I'm sure there are some people on this channel that are here that don't know that I have a main channel or that don't like my main channel and just like the Road to Glory stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it. By the way, it's so hot in here. Again, man, I'm going to sweat through this. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it. So other than being thankful for 250,000 subs, dudes, and a brief chat about the future of this channel during the down period of FIFA, I want to talk about my day-to-day life and some questions that arise a fair few times on Twitter and the reason why I do and don't do certain things, and you know, just give you an insight into what happens for me daily and why I sacrifice certain things in my life to do what I do here. And maybe it will be an indication for some of you dudes that are really trying to break into the social media scene or that are potentially in the social media scene and looking to grow. It might give you guys some understanding of the sacrifices that you genuinely have to make to at least have the right ability to be successful, because you might make all the sacrifices you need to make and still fail in this industry. And I've mentioned it many times before. I understand that I'm where I am now. Sure, I know a lot of people like me, and I know I have certain niches and certain unique like personality traits that people thoroughly enjoy, and I'm very grateful for that. But I'm not silly, you know what I mean? I also know that when I upload an SBC video and someone with 10,000 subscribers uploads an SBC video, I know that I will get more views than them just because I will get more views than them. It's a situation where when I upload my video, I get 20, 30,000 views in the first hour, so it pushes into the search engines a lot better, it puts me higher, and it keeps, you know, it keeps me relevant, essentially. So as long as I keep posting relevant content, I will keep myself relevant. But for someone with 10,000 subscribers, they might post relevant content and just never get found. And I just want to give you guys my kind of viewpoint on what you can do as a YouTuber to stay with it and give you, you know, potentially give you the motivation or the inspiration to go and get what you want. So first and foremost though, before we get into that, I want to give you guys a little view of my daily life right now. I usually go to bed somewhere between 4 and 6 a.m. I don't want to go to bed between 4 and 6 a.m. I would like to go to bed between 1 and 3 a.m. That would be much better for me as a parent and as a human being. The reason why I go to bed at 4 to 6 a.m. is because I struggle to fall asleep with any kind of noise if I'm not pass out tired. And my dog, who you guys would have seen many times through the years, he is still live and kicking. He's had his health problems through the years, but he snores like a pneumatic drill. I'm not kidding. For those of you that remember, probably about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago in my videos, he used to be in my videos. And I had genuine concerns that it was costing me view loss, because who the hell wants to listen to a pneumatic drill in the back of a video every time? No one does. That's who. So now obviously he used to stay in the office with me when my girlfriend used to go to work, but now she works for me from home. So now like it's her dog, right? So when she's here, he's with her, and when she's not here, he's with me. But now that she works from home, he's always with her, which is great for me. I'm going to go through a whole roll of tissue. By the way, for people that always see the tissue in the streams, it's literally for these reasons, because I'm sweating my nuts off. It's so hot in here. I should just get like a flannel, you know what I mean? I should get a flannel or a fan that I can turn on that doesn't make noise. That would be great too. So yeah, if I got into bed at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., my dog would keep me awake until 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. until I'm like pass out tired, which means it's unproductive for me to go to bed that early, and I would end up just wasting 3 hours. So I might as well stream during those 3 hours, or chill out and watch some TV shows during those 3 hours, or make a video during that 3 hours, sit on Reddit for an hour or so, look at Imgur for an hour or so. Like I kind of just like procrastinate through those 3 hours, and it's always like a wasted 3 hours, because those 3 hours extra in my life could be so much more productive. But because I go to bed so late, I get up so late, and I think people have a misunderstanding of what happens with that, because I tweeted out today, funnily enough, I tweeted out like I got up so late today, because I actually got up extremely late today. I got up at 2:30 today, and considering I went to bed at like 5, what's that? That's like 9.5 hours. That's just too much sleep. Like 7 to 8 hours is more than sufficient. 6 to 7 hours would be fine, but I slept for 9.5 hours, and that's just too much, right? But people are like, oh, it's unhealthy for you to go to bed so late. It's like the amount of sleep I have is not an issue. I have like a good 6 to 8 hour block of sleep every day. It's just the time frame that sleep is the issue. Like if I go to bed at 5 and have 7 hours sleep, I don't get up till 12, 12:30. By the time I sort myself out, it's 1 o'clock or later, and half the day's gone. If I went to bed like I wanted to, at like 1 to 2, after 6 or 7 hours, you know, it'd be 8 or 9. Even a lay-in would be 10 o'clock, and I'd have the whole day ahead of me. And the reason why I want all that spare time is because I've got so much to do. I've got so much to do in my life. Like, you know, I'm a dad, I'm a YouTuber, I like to stream, I've got errands to run, I've got a family that I want to spend time with. Like, there's just so much going on in my day-to-day life that it's a struggle right now to fit everything in. Oh, honestly, I'm sweating so much. So I get up at around, I go to bed at around 4 to 6 a.m, depending on how tired I am. And I get up around, usually between 12 and 2, depending on what time I went to sleep and what's going on in the day. Like quite often my daughter will come in and wake me up at around 12, 12:30 anyway, which is obviously always good because it gets me up. And then my day will consist of me kind of getting onto, like literally working straight away. As soon as I get up, unless I've got something pre-planned, you know, like unless I've got an appointment for something, a meeting somewhere, or something that I go, you know, when I went to Peppa Pig World a couple of days ago, unless I've got something planned, I literally immediately start work. I'll get up and I'll come straight into my office, turn all my computers and stuff on, and begin working. And the work for someone like me and someone that does the daily grind like me on YouTube is an exhaustive amount of work. It's not like, I understand that the term work can be used lightly when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to streaming, and the fact that this is a very unique job, a job I'm very grateful for, and it's not a job that you would look at and think, man, he's got it rough, you know, a rough deal in life. I understand it's a very fortunate job to have, but that doesn't take away from the fact that to keep yourself on top of things is a grind that you don't understand until you live it. And I'm not saying for people that upload one video every 3 days or once a week or once a fortnight or once a month don't have that same sort of grind. It's just a very different grind for the daily uploaders, because we have to be around every day. We have to be on the game all the time to make sure that we're anything new, you know, you're on top of. And as I said, like making sure that you're staying relevant is one of the reasons that keeps you relevant. And so for me, coming into work straight away is always something I look forward to. You know, I'm like, okay, how did I do yesterday? Because stats in YouTube, I look at things every day, man. I track my stats every day. I look for trends every day. Like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, you know, how was revenue today? How was views today? How was yesterday's video doing? Was there any like huge faults in the video? You know, like there's just so much going on that the day begins with you just immediately jumping into your workforce. So for me, from about 1 till about 4 or 5, what I'll be doing is checking social medias like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Check messages, check videos, check the stats, check what's going on, and potentially make a video. Like, it's 6:15 right now at the time of recording this. I've already recorded my draft to glory for later on tonight. I'm rendering it out right now as recording this video, and that's a video for today. So now I've got Saturday's, sorry, what day is it today? Yeah, Saturday. So I've got Saturday's video done for the main channel, and this is Saturday's video for the second channel. So then I have to consider about Sunday's videos and prepare those, or get underway with working with those. And so what, like even now, 6:15, I'm now recording. So during my day, from about 1 o'clock when I get up, it's recording, rendering, editing, uploading, and just, you know, pottering about the different social medias to make sure that I keep myself relevant. And then it gets to about 7, 8 o'clock at night, and that's when usually everything's done. I've got my videos uploaded and prepared. And then from about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I've got a few choices. I can spend time with my family, but my daughter is usually always asleep. She goes to bed about 8 o'clock, so I could watch TV with my girlfriend, but she goes to sleep early because she has to get up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning for my daughter. So, you know, there's very limited time there. I could stream, I could prepare videos for the next day, I could work out, or I could go out, I could go and do something. And it's always so hard to know what the right thing to do is at the right time, because with FIFA specifically, FIFA YouTube and my channel this year, is a very different year compared to last year. Like last year, I could prepare videos in advance very easily. You know, I could wake up on a Monday, I could do Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays videos on Monday, because I was literally doing, you know, I didn't have 2 channels last year until the back end of the year, so I only had 1 channel when I was streaming. So I could do a draft, a pack opening, a squad builder, all in Monday, and that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's videos done. And then Tuesday, I could do another draft, I could do another draft, I could do another squad builder, and then I've got 6 days worth of videos done in 2 days quite comfortably, and I could then take a Wednesday or a Thursday to go and do what I wanted. With FIFA this year, content is so time relevant that it's not so easy to take time off. Like, and I'll get to this because people tell me all the time, take a day off, take a week off, and I can't. And I'll explain to you why I can't. And this comes down to where you've got to choose what sacrifices to make. This year in FIFA, if I took Friday and Saturday and Sunday off this week coming, for example, first and foremost, I miss out on Foot Champions, which is a huge video on Thursdays for rewards, and it is content for Saturday, Sunday, Monday through the gameplay. Number 2, I'd miss out on the premium SBCs. If I just took Friday off and went somewhere, I would miss out on those premium SBCs. And those premium SBCs are big videos. They generate a lot of views, which in turn generates a lot of revenue, which is obviously how I live my life. You know, I'm the sole provider for my family. My girlfriend works for me, for my company. So for me to take that day off, I would literally be taking a day off of unpaid work. And whilst money is not everything, when you're in this industry, you're so worried about what about next year that you, like, when you're where I'm at, which is like not a top, to you guys, I might be your favorite YouTuber, and to smaller channels than me, they might look at what views I get and be like, damn man, one day I aspire to be that. But I'm not a channel that gets 15, 20, 50 million views a month. You know, I'm not a channel that just rakes in the cash every single month, no matter what, no matter how much I upload. It's my daily grind that generates me the views, that generates me the revenue. So for me to take time off is so catastrophic for many reasons, and would have a long-term negative impact on my family. So the reason for that is because if I take that Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, that's 3 videos on 2 channels that I don't upload, which means during that 3 days, the things I would be doing whilst I was off would cost money, and I wouldn't be earning any revenue. And as I say, it's not all about money. Don't get me wrong. Doing YouTube for me is not all about money. It is my life. It is my livelihood. So of course the business aspect is important. But I mean, other than just genuinely enjoying what I do, money is an important factor, as I say. So if I take those 3 days off, I don't earn the money that I would have earned for those. And right now for me in my life, the most important thing is securing the future for my family. And as I say, for some YouTubers, it's okay if they take time off. They have no responsibilities. They might still live at home with their parents. They might be renting a flat with other YouTubers, so their outgoings, their bills are much less. For me, I own my house, which means I've got a mortgage to pay, I've got a family to provide for, and I've got other like external like financial issues, like with the gambling commission, that obviously I have to generate the funds for and pay. So for me, when people say to me, dude, you work so hard, FIFA's dead, take a day off, take a week off, I literally can't afford to. And that's not to say that I'm in financial issues or anything like that, because I earn a healthy living. Over time, I'll absolutely be able to pay the gambling commission off, the fines there, the court fines will be able to be paid, and I'm getting putting myself into a competent position to be able to benefit my family. But I know YouTube's not going to last forever, so I need to know that I can make the most of the time that we have now, so that when it does slow down, I'm not left looking back thinking, damn, I screwed up. Because imagine this scenario, and this is what motivates me. This is what helps motivate me anyway. This is not the only thing that motivates me. You know, I have to put those in, because there are so many people that will just take that and say, this is what motivates me, and be like, oh, NepentheZ is only motivated by money. Absolutely not. I love YouTube. I love social media. I love FIFA. And most importantly, I absolutely love the interaction with you guys that we have. But one of the things that motivates me is thinking, imagine in 3 years, let's say I have 3 more years of YouTube, and at the end of that 3 years, I've earned X amount of money. You know, like let's say a bar of 100% is filled up to 70% because I took days off. And I sit there thinking like, damn man, I could have earned an extra 30% revenue if I just worked harder in those 3 years. And that 30% might be the difference of me being able to start a new business outside of the social media sector that will generate revenue for my family for the rest of my life, instead of now have to work back at a pub job or an industry job, or you know, going and getting like a service job or something like that, you know. And there's nothing wrong with those jobs, absolutely not. My brother does stuff like that. My brother drives trucks around building sites, just carrying materials from one place to another, like, you know, and he thoroughly enjoys it. He's currently working on his license to be a demolition man, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to be a demolition man, and they get paid insane amounts of money because it's a very high skilled job, and there's very few people that care to do it. So when you actually get there, you get a very generous living from that. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those jobs, but this is all I've known now for the last sort of 4 years. I've been a full-time YouTuber for about 4 years, and I would hate to, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, I don't know how much time I have left in this, but I would hate to come to the end of my time in YouTube or in the social media sector and be like, damn man, I did not make the most of that. I let myself and my family down because I just wanted to take a weekend off or a day off, where that extra revenue could have been a huge difference. And, you know, I grew up, as many of you know, I grew up through poverty. I grew up very, very, very poor. You know, in the term poverty is probably the wrong term, but I grew up some days without having food, or, you know, I grew up some days or some years wearing the same clothes to school for 3 years, where my trousers were 2 inches too small for me because my mum literally couldn't afford to buy me a new pair of school trousers. I grew up wearing shoes a size too small for me because they were hand-me-downs from a cousin because I couldn't afford to buy shoes, and I do not want my daughter to ever have to live like that. So I'm not talking about like the lavish luxuries of life. I'm not talking about the houses and the cars and the flashiness and the jewelry. I'm talking about the basic means for a human being I don't want my daughter to grow up without those things available to her. I don't want her to ever think, damn, am I allowed to ask for a new pair of shoes for school because these ones are too small? I just want her to have a new pair of shoes for school because those ones were you know, because her feet have changed size or whatever. Like, and that's what drives me, and that's what motivates me to make sure that I'm doing this every single day. So you know, I understand why people are just like, hey man, just take a day off, because they don't understand the ramifications of what it is to take a day off in this industry. Because not only do you lose out financially, because in so many jobs, you take a day off, you get paid for that. You have days that you're allowed to take off. You can take holiday days. You have a certain amount of time per year that you can take off that will allow you to have time off and be paid. In this industry, that doesn't exist. That just doesn't exist. And as I said before, the reason why I explained that is because last year in FIFA, I could take time off because I could pre-prepare videos and that'd be fine. This year in FIFA, the content for a channel like mine is so time relevant and so time sensitive that taking a few days off, you can't pre-prepare videos because they won't be watched. You know, if I did a video today of a squad builder that was due to go up in 4 or 5 days, but on that day the new SBC footies come out, no one cares about a squad builder. They only care about those new footies SBCs. So any YouTuber that uploads something to do with footies SBCs, they get the views. You don't get views in your squad builder, and it's a negative impact all around. And the problem with a channel like mine, a grinder channel, a daily channel, or channels, because we've got both of them here, a problem with it is that when you don't upload relevant things, you become irrelevant. And that is not an option. You know what I mean? Like if I was still doing things this year that I was doing last year, I wouldn't even have views right now. I'd probably be down at, the views I get on this second channel would probably be the views that I got on my main channel right now. Which still is a nice amount of views, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? It's not like I would complain about that, but it's not what I need right now in my life to set my family up. So the overall kind of like idea of taking time off for a channel like mine and for someone in my position just isn't an option right now. And I sacrifice certain events with gaming companies and with other YouTubers and holidays and trips. I sacrifice those with friends to do this, and I sacrifice time with my family at times. You know, like when my girlfriend went to a wedding in India, it was her sister's wedding in India, and I couldn't go because I had to work. I didn't have to work, but I chose to work. I chose to sacrifice that family event for my family overall, and of course for you guys, because I was there making content for you guys. But generally speaking, it was you know, it's for me and for my family over time. That's what I chose to do. That's what I went for. And I will happily, you know, I've obviously talk about this stuff with my family, and we're happy to make the sacrifices right now for a better future, because otherwise we're going to get caught in a loop of generations. And my dad has worked so hard for his life to give me a life, to give myself the platform to do what I want, that before that the generations of my family were just poor. You know, even now, like my mum's brothers and sisters, they're poor people. They don't have luxuries. They live on, you know, government income and housing benefits. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but there's a problem in our society, a problem in our country, that once you're in that cycle of living within the government, you know, within the government funds, basically, once you're on like council housing and once you're on housing benefits and stuff, it is incredibly difficult to get out of that cycle, not as just a person, but as a family, as a generation and generation and generation of a family. It's difficult to get out of that cycle because there are no opportunities for people who don't have money. You know, if you have money, you have opportunities. If you don't have money, you have to fight, grind and claw your way up to give yourself a chance. So that's why I'm happy to sacrifice, not necessarily happy, but that's why I do sacrifice time with my family and time with my friends and time going on holidays and so on and so forth, is because I don't want my family and the next generation of my family to be caught in a cycle where they can't get out of it and they live not necessarily an unhappy life, because money isn't the thing that makes happiness, but sure helps, right? And you get to, as I say, money gives opportunities and lack of money doesn't give opportunities. So I want my family in the future to be able to have opportunities. And that's why I sacrifice right now, and that's why I work so hard right now, is because I want to give my daughter and any future children I have the opportunities that I just never had growing up. And I'm sure that if I do it right, if my plan works out, which got set back 2 years. I said, I had a life plan. My plan was on track, and then the gambling commission and the court case and the legal fees set my life back 2 years. But if I can carry on going where I'm supposed to be going, if I've got 2 or 3 more years in the social media industry, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get my life plan back on track to the point where I can set my family up for life without having to care too much about working. That's my aim, that's my plan. And I'm hoping that by the time, my daughter is of an age where I want to do things with her every day and take her swimming and take her to get events and to I don't know, things that children do, because I didn't do things as a child because we were poor. So whatever children do at that age, I want to make sure that I'm there for her to be able to do that. And that comes not only from my hard work and my sacrifices right now in life, that comes from the support of you guys. And that's why I can't thank you enough for the 250,000 subscribers on this channel, and for the 1.5 million subscribers on the main channel, and all the other generosities that you've shown to me, and the forgiveness of you guys for the times that I've made mistakes through this social media industry. I can't thank you guys enough for it, because without even realizing it, you are changing generations of a family's history for the better just by watching my videos. And so I say this to anyone that's trying to get into this social media industry, or anyone that's in it and is fighting for it. You have to make sacrifices. I know you probably see the top dudes have it all and think that it's easy for them, but trust me, even if it's easy for them now, it's because they have worked their butts off to get to where they are. And even if you think they were handed what they have, there are some YouTubers that just appear, they do something with a big YouTuber, they get a massive audience, they blow up, and they get all the views and all the fame and all the fortune that comes with that. Trust in the fact that even before they blew up, they were busting their gut to get to where they got to. And if you want it, if you really want it, you have to make those sacrifices. You have to give up your weekends going out. You have to give up time spent with friends and family to make sure that you put the effort into this industry, because this is a cruel industry. And as quick as you are known as a good YouTuber or a big YouTuber or getting views, you can be forgotten about like that. There are so many people that I came up watching that just, not even do they not upload anymore, they are in the social media world, because not in the term of a person or as a human, but in the social media industry, they are nothing now. Dudes that I literally used to love watching, they just don't make videos. They are nobodies. They are back to doing regular jobs in like I say, like shop assistants or bartenders, and there's nothing wrong with those. People have got to make ends meet, but that's not me. I don't want that. And if you don't want that and you're in this social media industry, you have got to bust your gut to get to where you want to get to. So that's going to be the end for today's video, bros. I don't even know how this video came out. It sounds very I don't know. I'll read the comments. We'll see how it goes. If you guys enjoy this kind of chat, if you guys enjoy this kind of thing, then that's great. But I kind of just wanted to explain a little bit about my day and about why I give up what I give up and why I do what I do, because a lot of people say FIFA's dead, FIFA's dead. FIFA's not dead. If you think FIFA's dead, sure, don't play it, don't watch it, that's fine. I love FIFA right now, and I know a lot of people love FIFA right now too. On this road to glory, we still get anywhere from 45 to 65,000 views a video. That's a road to glory channel that is so deep. That is an incredible viewership, And on my main account, I still get 100,000 to 300,000 views per video. That's a lot of people still loving FIFA. So for me, FIFA's not dead. I love FIFA, but the other thing that I will talk about just before I go is the future of this channel before FIFA 18. I play a lot of PUBG on stream, and it's fun. Would you guys like to see PUBG on this channel maybe once or twice a week? So we'll do these videos once a week, we'll do maybe PUBG once a week, and then cut down FIFA to 5 times a week. Would you like to see me play other games, bring app games back? Like, it would only be for a brief period of time, simply because once FIFA 18 comes out, it will just be back to a Road to Glory channel. So don't you know, if I do start doing something else, it will be something that starts and then stops once FIFA 18 is out. and FIFA 18 is now 8 weeks away. So it depends, you know. I play a lot of PUBG and I enjoy PUBG, so it might be fun to put PUBG up on here. But failing that, dudes, let me know what you think. Talk to me in the chat. You know, we can come back with some more discussion at a future date. This is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You've genuinely changed my life for the better, and I will never forget it. Even if YouTube finishes tomorrow, I've been on a journey, man, and I appreciate you guys a lot. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.